Reframing Mindset podcast, where I clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day.
Okay, welcome back to the Fair Mindset Podcast. My name is Carson Brooks. I know we're in April now, and what April means is the spring cleaning. Yes, so that's one of the weird thing about this third year. Like once you reach this far into the year of homeownership, what you realize is all the stuff that you have garnered over the first 2 years of owning the home. Or not knowing that the life that because the thing is that you have stuff from way before you own a home when you're growing up and all these stuff. So you have that plus this and then boom. Plus the new stuff. And it's like that's the thing. So as a male, you know, it's small. It's small relatively compared to something to someone else, the other gender. It will be small, but it's still big. It's still a lot regardless. Not for someone like me to actually go through and actually do this stuff to clean up all this stuff. It's actually a lot of stuff that I've garnered over the years. I have to actually go through it and see what's needed and what's not needed. And one other thing I'm going to realize is, are you going to realize is that majority of these stuff are actually needed, bro. Majority of these stuff are actually needed. It's just that you have to just find more creative ways to actually store them now. And that's one of those things where you realize, you're growing up in your home and you see all these stuff from way back when, last year, about last century. These are the reasons why, bro. It's because you can't get rid of most of these stuff, bro. Because most of these stuff are so good, still relevant to this day. So it's like you just can't get rid of it yet. So that's, as I said, one of my guest actors did an episode about spring cleaning, so I might as well drop that episode as well. But yo, yes, well, not spring cleaning, the beauty of spring. So what since we actually in spring, might as well just drop that episode. And yeah, so that's basically it for this start in April, bro. It's our spring cleaning, and the thing about it, what makes it actually harder this time around is not the spring cleaning. It's the fact that you actually, are actually doing it while working. So it's like, yeah, that's the weird thing about the working time. Or even if you're in school, I think in school it will be as time feels different in the working world, and that's the thing where the time is different at each level. So it's like no, the 2 days off feels so short for someone like me that basically sometimes more still have that procrastination habit and all this stuff, and not in the natural habit of actually just going and doing stuff. Bro, the 2 days off is not enough to actually get these things done because boom, I want to do this and I want to record and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, limited time, limited time. So it's like, yo, I have to just chill. I have to just chill and just do it. Get it done. And yeah, I'm just gonna do it and just try to get all of this done. Like there's a lot of stuff I want to do. And funny enough, I'm speaking and in the industry that I'm in is so I talk about getting rid of old clothes. I guess I can just since I'm talking in the spring cleaning episode, I just drop a mention a lot of these stuff. Like so I talk about one episode, I talk about getting rid of old clothes. But I realize is that getting rid of old clothes is not the idea, maybe not the ideal thing at the moment at this time. Certain things can be get rid of, but what I realize is that boom. So I'm in April now, and what happened is that working in this industry, that I'm doing it, and so traveling for me is more possible before than way before, way more possible now. And what happened is that boom, say I get to travel for one time this year. Yes, that would be great and all, and I would just get to, and that would be like boom, I travel for a week or so. That would be nice. But what happened is that, that's the thing about compounding. You travel the first time and get the experience, I get the understanding of how the traveling thing works. That's the thing. And the first time I traveled, I was very young, so it just that. But the next thing is that when I actually doing now, I'm actively doing it. I'm actually going through, seeing the process and all these stuff. So I'm actually know what I'm doing, eh, what I would actually be doing. So going and coming back safely, I would actually see, okay, how much I spend on all this stuff, and then what would happen is that maybe 2025, boom, I could actually do it again, but more than once this time. So what would happen is that all these clothes that I would say, oh, are old, I'm giving away, or all these stuff. No, those clothes would actually maybe become more relevant, but not only, maybe not only that, maybe by me traveling, I would actually see what clothes are actually relevant are not relevant. Compare. So that's the thing. So I have many clothes. Some of them may not be relevant for traveling, may be relevant only for home. So it's like all these stuff, and then boom, and then eventually, idea become in my 30s, because as I said, the rich lifestyle, as you go to levels, different things, getting a car, then boom, traveling by air, and all these things are levels and are possible each year. But what happens is that you that becoming the norm. The cl- the clothes would actually just be, and all these getting rid of old clothes and all these stuff will actually become more natural. But what I realize now is that it makes sense not to actually do it now. What I would just do is just, I said, what the job that I was doing now, as you may listen, I kind of upgraded from that point, but I'm still actually doing it. Is put lifting a lot of bags. So speaking about that, I'm just going to actually do what I'm going to actually do is try to see if I could fit some of the older clothes, because I have a closet nowadays to put some of the older clothes back into those suitcase, just to actually just keep the closet clean and clear, so that boom, I just go in the closet, pick up our clothes ready for work or ready to go, and that's where I go. That's where I go. That's the plan for now. That's the weird thing about the spring cleaning and stuff. Having all these stuff and all these stuff is cluttered. The third year just cluttered, bro. Cluttered. So you have to just try, and that's the compound thing. When you're working, boom, coming home, washing. After a while, you miss certain things, and it's like that's the thing. It's a mess. It's a mess. The third year. It's like, yo, you have to just take the time, find ways to actually put the stuff right and all these things. And then when everything is cool and when everything is in the right place, so boom, I put all the older clothes and the clothes that I'm not using the suitcase. What I can actually do is have a mental idea of where all those stuff were has been, and be like, okay, yeah, certain times when it's certain times I can just get rid of go to these clothes. And that's the thing we realize that these are not new ideas. These are these are ideas from a lot of way back when, but the thing about it, it's still relevant to this day. It's still relevant. That is the best option now. That's still the best option now. So it don't make sense to change it now. Mm. Yeah, so that's basically it for this episode. Where we start in April, spring cleaning, bro. Spring cleaning, get try to sort out the home, and then so that it can actually be righted again. And then, some more progressive move coming into the to the third year of homeownership. Yeah. That's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening, and look forward for the next episode. Mhm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter @ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.